What's up, brother?
So you bringing back the mullet, or what's up?
Yeah, it's like a little mohawk mullet, you know. It's not the full edition, but times change and haircuts change too.
Couple of days before your fight, man. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I got here June 4th to get acclimated with the weather. I know Rob trains out of Colorado, so I had to give myself that same type of elevation workout. We're high up in the mountains, or I'm from Florida. They're like 100 feet above sea level. I'm not used to 5,000 feet, but came out early. Be responsible. We're at the top level here, so I want to be responsible. I made my investment. I even brought a teammate out with me, Lucas Cortez, to help me out. And then obviously we have two other guys in the tournament, so we just kind of had a little mini American Top Team out here in Utah.
How important do you think it's going to make it coming out here early for the elevation? Like, did you watch past fights and be like, oh yeah, I gotta get my ass out here?
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, it's science. Science is science. So I wasn't gonna find out on fight night. I was. I don't know if they caught that on the mic, but someone's either happy or sad. It's a big deal. I've had teammates fight out here too. Pezon Lima, he fought out here. He came out earlier. Just a bunch of. That's the beauty about American Top Team, man. You got so much knowledge there. Every person told me, go out earlier. Just bring a teammate with you. You don't got to get too crazy with the trainings. They actually say you get acclimated in your sleep. So I just came out here, did my work, did a lot of running, and it's beautiful anyways, man. It was a good getaway. Utah's amazing. But, it was a big part of my training. Something different, but I'm willing to try whatever, man.
Your last fight ended kind of weird. Now that you've had some time to reflect on it, what were your thoughts on the situation?
Yeah, so initially, a part of me felt like I'm a fucking bad man, but like I'm a horrible dude in a sense. I was just like, why did I do that? But at some point, I just got to let it be and appreciate what happened. I didn't do anything illegal. Obviously, it sucks for Sadibu. His thumb went out of place. I say it all the time. I'll even give him the benefit of the doubt. If the MMA gods could come down and give him 30 seconds to figure out his decision, he probably would have still fought. It's a thumb. I don't know. I didn't feel it. Obviously, that's never happened to me. I think it was just initially my thumb's out of place. I don't like this, and the fight was over. For me, with the format, beautiful. 6 points, no damage. I'm kind of back where I was last year with the 6 points, so I'll take it. But the MMA spirit warrior was like, man, I wish I wanted to show you guys my improvements, how, my mentality, where I've come from, losing the finals to this new season. But it's a weird world, man. It's a weird world out here, and I'll take it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of questions going into that fight. So striker versus grappler, right? Yeah. Well, they kind of give you another one with Rob. He's a striker. You're known as a grappler, right?
Yeah.
So do you kind of see this as like, oh, well, I get to show you this fight too?
For sure. I think this fight, I think this whole season's an opportunity for me to show a lot of stuff, man, especially with these previous champions here. Specifically for Sadibu, I knew there was a no-brainer. He's a kickboxing guy, doesn't like to be on his back, preferably doesn't like to wrestle, get the takedown. With Rob does wrestle a little bit. He does have some grappling. So the game plan for Rob is kind of, let's adjust and see what happens in the fight. I'm not just going to go grab his leg like they did with Sadibu. Sadibu just doesn't enjoy that happening to him. With Rob is another case. I've seen him fight wrestlers. I think he has a jiu-jitsu background, and this is going to be a good fight, man. This is going to be a year where I have a feeling this is not the last previous world champion I have to fight. I know in my mind I'm gonna have to fight a couple of world champions to get to the finals, and who knows, I might fight a previous world champion in the finals, and I would love to do that in this organization, beat 4 previous champions or 3 or whatever the case comes, you know, to go win a belt. Man, that'd be amazing. And yeah, let's get after it.
Finally, how do you get your hand raised?
Man, we're gonna go to the fight and figure out how we get our hand raised. Whether I'm kicking him in the head, or I'm taking him down, choking him out, or I'm just beating him by decision. Man, we both have 6 points. I think the pressure of the sense of making points kind of helps us feel a little bit better about ourselves. But yeah, this is an interesting fight, man. You know, I'm not gonna go force anything. I'm just gonna do what's presented to me. All I know is that I'm not gonna let him bully me like he does other guys. You know, I'm gonna push him back, meet him in the middle, and we're gonna get after it. We're gonna get after it. This is a good fight. Put my name on the map for sure. Thank you.
Hey, Josh, it's a narrative that kind of captivates an audience, right? Your dad coaching you guys alongside. We're a few days removed out of, Father's Day. A little extra special having him here just a few days after the holiday.
Yeah, man. Father's Day was when was it? Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I love how it's Father's Day, but it's fight week. It just blends well, especially with my pops being around. It's nice to have him here, man. Definitely. Like I said, I got here June 4th. I had my team with me. We're working, but as soon as I saw him, when I walked into the hotel, man, it was just like this sense of like, fuck, man, I love this guy so much, and I'm so happy he's part of my journey with me. And it's my little brother's birthday Saturday. My dad and myself, we had to sit down with my little 7-year-old. He's gonna turn 7, and explain to him like, we're gonna have your birthday when we get back. We're gonna enjoy this, but just understanding where my dad's mentality is with this. I'm 31 years old. He has a little boy he has to take care of, but he still is there behind me, by my side, as a grown man. And I just love it. There's no words to describe the love I got for that guy. So I'm super happy. With Father's Day, he's here, fight week. It's just good vibes all around.
Family affair during this fight week. You talked about it earlier, it's kind of American Top Team represented here this week. What does that do for you? I know you've been out here for a while, but what did it do for you when you were back home in Florida, and how much did it help you rise to the occasion with so many people, training partners, preparing for a fight as well?
Yeah, man, ATT, like I said times and time again, it's the best gym in the world. It's just amazing, man. If American Top Team poofed away, I think the MMA world would have an issue, So just having ATT at home, all those guys experienced. There's guys back home that's fought with Rob too, Just listening to them, and then getting here to Utah and having guys like Shoeface and Devlat. We got 2 boxing coaches. Like I said, we got a mini American Top Team here. Just having that team around you just helps a lot, man. I mean, we all go into the smart cage by ourselves, but at the end of the day, we are a team, and it feels good to have a group of men here that are on the same mission. Whether we got to fight each other or not, we'll wait for that moment to come if it has to. But it just feels good being part of that amazing team.
You said you'd welcome the challenge of having to fight and beat, previous world champions to get to the finals, and possibly beat one in the finals to make yourself a world champion. What would it say to you, knowing that you're coming in 2024 to show the development in your skills and in your career, not only to get there, but to do so by knocking off former champions? Yeah,
man, life works in a weird way, and God works in strange ways. Last year wasn't my year to win it, but maybe it's this year for me to go beat previous champions and go do something that's never done before. Just imagine, I beat 4 previous champions to go win the belt. Just what a way, you know, if God told me that last year, I would have been calm about losing the finals. But we don't know what the future holds, but it looks like that's what's the direction that we're going in, you know. Saudi Boo was a champ, even though he was 170, he was a champion. Rob's a champ. Who knows what the playoff? We'll find out Friday night if I have to fight any more champions. Of course, Impa is always on my mind. I would love to get that fight back. He won it. You got Shoeface, which he's my teammate, but he's a champion too, you know. This is all things that are possible, and we're in position to execute this. So let's get after it.
Last time we spoke, you said you didn't want fighting to define who you are, and it's not your entire life. But now that you're 1 win away from going back to the playoffs, another step closer to the gold, what does that say about what you've done in your life and in your career?
Yeah, man, you know, like I said, it took me 30 years to realize fighting is something I do. It's not my life. Just being born in an MMA family, jiu-jitsu family, as a kid, I grew up thinking that this was my destiny. It's just a part of my journey. It's not something that I do. It's just part of my, you know, it's something that I do. It's not part of my life, you know. But yeah, we're here. Got to take this serious. Got to be responsible. At the end of the day, it's a fight. But I got family. I got friends. I have a dog, man. I'm loved in different ways than just with this crazy fight world. But it's a blessing to be here, and it's a blessing to have this moment presented to me for sure.
Thank you.
What's up,
Thank
Josh,
you.
right here. It seems like you traveled all around Salt Lake City this week. What are some things, what did you make of it so far, and is there anything you'd recommend?
Yeah, man. So June 4th, like I said, I got here, so I had plenty of time to check out Salt Lake City. First off, beautiful, beautiful place. I did not think of it, what I was gonna expect until I got here. And sometimes having that judgment of thought, like, I'm from Florida, man, South Florida. There's beaches and it's amazing. It's amazing lifestyle out there. So in my mind, I kind of had a salty taste about Salt Lake City, right? And then when I got here, it just blew up in my face. Amazing scenery. Lucas Cortez and my girl Zara, we got to visit Bloods Lake, which is about 9,500 feet elevation. There's a beautiful lake up top. It was an interesting hike, for I could say the least. You know, we got a little lost, but we were okay. Still snow up there, which is amazing. You know, we're in June and there's snow. But we enjoyed it. We got up to the top, did some cold plunge. Just being in nature, man. I didn't realize I've been a city boy my whole life. So just being in this nature and understanding that, you know, this is how life was back in the day. We didn't have these big buildings, and South Beach wasn't what it was now. And so just taking a step back and enjoying nature. There's something about the human and nature that's a good connection. So I had a great time visiting different places. We went to Donut Falls, and just, you know, you take a walk out of this hotel, you just see the mountains all around us, even though we're in the city now. But it's just beautiful overall, man. I would definitely be back. I lived in Arizona. I traveled to Michigan. I've been to these Midwest states, and Utah has probably had the biggest impact, scenery-wise and feeling-wise. I'll definitely be back here. I would love to possibly buy a piece of land out here too.
Mm-hmm. I know it's a very different place, but that was one of my favorite parts of living in Arizona, is that anywhere you walk out, you're surrounded by mountains, 360, right? Just
Yeah,
like Salt Lake City.
it's just hot, man. It's just hot out there.
Yep. You did an interview with Mike Pendleton where you spoke about how fast-moving the pace of this sport is, always on to the next camp, the next fight, and so on. Without getting complacent, do you ever take time to sit back and reflect on your accomplishments, and do you feel like you're able to fully enjoy the spoils of your last victory with your next fight getting booked basically right away?
You have to, man. If you let the season, and I think this is a big part of what happened to me last season, and this is why I had to learn how I learned. And you know, I'm not saying I lost the finals to learn this lesson, but that's how it was presented. It's important to be in the present. It's important to enjoy the moment. We're so caught up with the future, with the past. The present is such a beautiful thing. And that's what I'm doing, you know. I'm not perfect. I'm still getting older. I'm still trying to get wiser. I'm 31. I'm still learning lessons. But MMA is such a old-fashioned type of sport, right? It's like it's been around for so long. You have to enjoy the moments when there is no violence. You have to enjoy the moments when you are with family and loved ones and stuff like that, because it is a stressful sport. You're going to get locked in a cage with another man that wants to hurt you and take what you want, you know. So the moments that I have with my family and friends and my dog, I love my dog. It's important. It's just important to understand that there's so much more than to fighting, you know. But fighting's such a big deal in my life. But just having people that care about me that's the real satisfaction. That I'm crazy for going in there, and they're crazy for supporting me to go in there. You know what I mean? So for sure, be in the present.
You've had extensive experience in the PFL season format thus far in your career. Do you feel like you've mastered the recovery portion of your fight preparation?
Yes. The recovery is such a big deal. This is my third year with the PFL. Like I said, I'm getting older. You fight every 8 weeks. It's not easy, but you have to respect your body. You have to give the proper recovery. And sometimes I'm fighting with myself because I just want to go home, go eat lunch or eat dinner and just go straight to bed. But it doesn't work like that. You have to give yourself time to do the cold plunge, do the sauna, go to the chiropractor, go to the physical therapist. Give yourself time to recover and respect yourself. You know, the benefit about this season is you're going to be in shape. You're going to be in shape. You're fighting 8 weeks. It's not like different organizations where you might be off for 5 to 6 months. You're going to be in shape. You got to trust your body, trust your team. And that's a big thing too, you know, trusting my team to guide me where I need to go instead of me being in my mind all the time. You know what I mean? And that's where my dad comes in as a big part of my recovery and a big part of my game planning.
Last one. I know it sounds like your little brother is going to have a really busy weekend, but do you think he'll tune in for this one?
Yeah, he'll definitely tune into it. You know, he's still a little man. Sometimes when I'm hurting people in there, he tends to kind of not like it initially, but I think he does not like when I lose in there too. So he's going to have to figure it out. And I know he's young, but he's going to have to figure it out. He'll for sure be tuning in. He's an amazing man. Yeah, kids will bring you to a different perspective, different perception in life. And I'm so happy, Max, this is part of this crazy life of mine, you know, and I hope one day he could look up to me and just be happy to call me his big brother.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Gabriel.
We're moving to the box. Okay.
Josh, just one easy one. Obviously, in the first half of the regular season, things really popped off with the light heavyweights. Several guys at 6 points. I mean, one as just in the back, you know, in the locker room. What was it like seeing that, and what does that say about what you need to do to lock in that playoff spot this time?
Yeah, man. No, without a doubt, the light heavyweight division is stacked this year. I think it's the most stacked we've ever seen it. Watching all those guys score 6 points, obviously it's fun, man. It's fun, especially with the point system. But yeah, you have thoughts like, man, we all scored 6 points. It seems like it's kind of like a win or go home type vibe, and I wouldn't want it any other way. That's fighting in general, you know. If you're gonna just bank on these points to get you through to the second round. For example, last PFL, there's people that lost but still scored 6 points and they're still making it to the playoffs. So the points are important, but winning is what it's all about, man. You know. So like I said, Rob has 6 points, I have 6 points. I think the pressure of trying to go crazy in the first round kind of relieves us from that stress. Like the other guys who have 0, I'm really interested in watching their game plan, because it's not just the first round. They kind of have the time against them as well. But yeah, I'm excited. Win or go home. This is what it's all about. And like I said before, put champions in front of me. Put these previous champions in front of me, and I'm just gonna knock them down. And you guys are going to see the true champ at the end of this season.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Zach.
Hey Josh,
What's up?
obviously in your last fight you still got the win, but it ended in a freak injury, and of course you wanted to demonstrate your skill set since the last tournament. So in this fight, does that give you extra motivation to show off your skill set and have a great performance?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, at some point in that last fight, I had to just accept what happened. I didn't do anything wrong. That was the game plan, to get my head on the outside, get the takedown. And unfortunately, that happened to Sadi Boo. I actually seen him recently, like 2 days ago. His thumbs look like they're ready to go. So I'm excited for him. Obviously, I'm not fighting him, so I wish him the best. But Rob's my main focus now. And I'm excited, man. It's a big fight. I know on paper, the guy is he's a beast. He's a monster. He's Australian. He got a mustache. Whatever you want to, you know, however you want to cut the pie. But it's a fight game, man. The fight game is, I've seen miracles happen to people, and then I've seen people do what they're supposed to do, and shock the world. However you want to put it, it doesn't matter. The fact is, we're going to fight each other, and I'm going to bring it to him, man, as much as he brings it to other people, and we're going to figure out on Friday night what happens. But all I know is I'm well trained for this fight, 150%.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tristan.
Josh, how you doing?
Good, brother, and you?
I'm doing. You alluded to it a little bit. You've had that past postseason experience with PFL in both of your runs, and you know whether it was just in the first round of playoffs or the championship. How has that experience benefited you, and how does that make you better prepared to handle that going forward this season?
Man, experience is everything, right? Experience is like when somebody asks you, man, how have you been doing this? How did you get this far? And experience is, you don't really have that answer to give that person, but all you have is just time in it, dealing with different stresses. You know, like I said, this is my 3rd season with PFL. I can't explain to you how I got here and what happened and my journey. Obviously, you could see it happen, but the feeling that I feel is totally different. And I think I don't make these rules up. Like I've said before, struggle and growth come together. And I've been through some struggles. Obviously, losing in the finals was such a big, heart-wrenching moment for me. But at the same time, how much of a blessing is that in my life to call that such a heart-wrenching moment? You know, there's people out here that go through life situations, and I'm so blessed to be part of this organization, to fight for $1 million. And if I have to go through crazy MMA sad moments and call that the worst thing that's ever happened in my life, that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. And I'll for sure take those moments and grow into another fighter as I am right now. And I'm definitely another individual, another man for sure.